Horizon Forbidden West is definitely the game you're going to use to showcase your brand new gaming setup. Okay, you want to show everyone, hey, this is what gaming is all about. Okay, it's just amazing. I found myself showing this to my entire household. Okay, I would actually knock the door of the neighbor and say, hey, you want to come in and see this? It's just beautiful. Now, the HDR needs some fixing. Okay, well, actually, not this one. It needs this fixing. Okay, it's trash, bro, and it's trash because of an oversight. Okay, on the PS5, it has no issues. It's one of the best HDR implementations. For some reason here on the PC, they messed up the peak brightness slider or whatever. Look, just go to Nexus Mods and download the fix. That's what I did before even opening the game. I was like, okay, I'm aware of the issue. I don't even want to see that crap. Okay, so that's what I would recommend. Link in the description of the video. Now, what I want to share with you today is that this is very strange, and you definitely need to be aware of this because you might be getting a terrible experience even when the numbers look good. Okay, so I opened this game. Okay, I installed the HDR fix. I also set up the frame generation mod so we can get FSR 3 frame generation instead of the NVIDIA frame generation because I have a 3080, which is a GPU not supported by NVIDIA. So thank you very much. So I had to use this mod to get a frame generation, and it usually works, and it works very, very well, but not here. For some reason, I've never seen this before, and I want to share this with you so you don't get a terrible experience without noticing it, okay? Because it looks good. If you're like me, you open every game, you need to have these numbers here on the screen, okay? You're gonna just open the game and play and be happy. No, we need to see the temperature of your CPU, GPU, and all these numbers and the frame time graph. Okay, very important. But in this case, this is not telling you the whole story because frame generation is not working here. Let me show you. I go to the menu. You're gonna see here, you see here, DLSS frame generation on. Again, 3080. This is using the mod. Link in the description of the video, even when it doesn't work right now, and I wouldn't recommend you to use it, but I'm gonna link this in the description of the video. It's free. It's by Nuken, I believe, the user that created this mod. This game is not working. I am using it right now. You see here, DLSS performance and just the graphics. You know, you want to see all the beauty. These are not optimized settings or anything like that. Just disable the motion blur and chromatic aberration and this vignette effect, which I really dislike. But yeah, everything looks good. You look at the graph here, it looks like we're getting 103 frames per second. So you're like, okay, well, this is fantastic. Max out game over 100 frames per second. I am happy. This is not working at all, and the reason is, this is my theory, okay? I'm not sure 100%, but I believe that instead of interpolating a new frame, this is like repeating the same frame. So yes, we're getting 107 frames, but it's really half of that because it is not actually generating that frame in between. I believe it is just repeating the same frame. So it is not improving the motion clarity at all. This looks like 50 frames per second. Okay, so if I turn it off, it looks better, which is very, very weird. And you cannot see that here on the afterburner numbers because I am getting 107 frames. Maybe the frame pacing is okay, but that new frame doesn't have the information that we need. We need that information, that frame generated with a guess of what it is supposed to be. Okay, but if you just repeat the same frame you had before, you're not improving the motion clarity. Okay, And that's what I believe is going on right now. Now, if you know the fix, let me know, because right now I don't have a solution for you. What I'm gonna do if this doesn't work, or if I don't find a solution, let me know, please, because this is supposedly the best looking frame generation I can get on my GPU. But if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna try to use the FSR3 mod, to get frame gen from FSR3 instead of trying to replace the NVIDIA frame generation. I already tried lossless scaling. It works. That's a program that's not free. You have to buy it on Steam. It's like $8, something like that. It was sent to me by the developers, and I made a video about it. I think the program is very good. It works sometimes very, very well, but it's not for this game. I cannot, on this game, this is all about beauty. I cannot live with any interpolation artifacts, okay? And it is very, very apparent here on this game. So I cannot use lossless scaling for this game. And I cannot get a good enough frame rate. If I turn this off, of course, I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna turn it off. But basically, right now, the game is unplayable on my system because I cannot get a consistent 60 FPS with the quality that I would like to get. And so I cannot use BFI. I cannot use OLED Motion Pro on my LG C1 because I need a rock solid 60 frames per second. And if all I can get is 60 frames per second, unstable, it's going down to 58, 57, I'm not gonna play the game. I'm just gonna wait until I can get the experience that I wanna get. So let me know if you know the solution, if you know what's going on here, if there's a way to fix it. I downloaded the latest DLSS, FrameGen to FSR3 mod, which was updated in January, I believe. It's the latest update from Nuken. Again, link in the description of the video. That's the mod I'm using. And it seems to be working, but it's not. This is not working. When I pan the camera, this looks like 50 frames per second. I clearly see that this is not working. This is not how 100 frames looks. Not at all. This looks worse than 60 frames per second. There's clearly something wrong with this. And I don't know why. I don't know what is wrong, but it's definitely not working. Okay? Now, you might say, hey, try it, instead of with DLSS, try that with FSR3. I already did. I tried that with FSR3 with just with all the upscaling options. It doesn't work either. And the other thing, before I end the video, the other thing I want to share with you is that I had some performance issues using NVIDIA Reflex, this one, on plus boost. The performance it lowers significantly. So I recommend you to just leave it on. At least on my end, that's what happens. So yeah, I don't have a solution for you, but at least I am letting you know, if you downloaded this exact mod and you're happy because this number looks very high, turn it off. And you might be surprised that off with less frames looks actually significantly better. And the reason is this is not doing what it's supposed to do. It is not doing what it usually does. Okay? So it is not working. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you have any questions, I'm gonna try to figure out a solution. Maybe if you let me know, I will be happy to share that with everyone. And until then, I'm just gonna wait before playing the game because I don't wanna. Yeah, I wanna enjoy this game with all its glory. Okay, it looks so good. The graphics are very, 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 very good, very impressive. It's just. I mean, it's just the best. The best looking game I've ever seen, honestly. And it is not because I see too many new rendering techniques or something like that. It's the art, okay, the art. And yeah, I think using the technology that I've already seen in other games like Horizon Zero Dawn, which also looks very good, it is just the the placement of the things, the textures is so loaded of particle effects. It's not like you look at the water and you're like, oh wow, that's the most realistic water I've ever seen. It is everything together. It just looks so convincing, and it's just huge. So yeah, and the HDR settings, I mean, let me share that before I end the video. Again, I haven't played the game to say these are like, you know, the ultimate HDR settings or anything like that, but I have an LG C1, so I'm using HGIG, max luminance 798, HDR paper white 180, and I haven't even installed the HDR analysis tool. I haven't bothered with that, just to eliminate one potential thing causing performance hit or something. I haven't even installed it, but it's not necessary. I can see that it's okay. So that's the settings I'm using. But maybe if I progress through the game and I see more dark scenes, maybe I'm gonna, you know, feel the need to adjust this more. Maybe, you know, increase this shadow boost or whatever. I haven't played around with it. It looks okay like this with the HDR fix. So but yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Share your settings if you have, like, what's the best setup to enjoy this game. I have a 3080 and a 5800X 3D, and yeah, 32 gigabytes of RAM. So let me know what's the best way to enjoy this game. If you have a similar setup or even a lower end setup, if you find what are the optimized settings, share, you know, everything you know. I definitely want to play this game. If I find a way that's good enough, then I'm gonna play it. Otherwise, I'm going to hold and just wait until I can see it better. Again, until I can, you know, get it higher fidelity, more frames, because this game is definitely worth that. You know, maybe the game's not, you know, the best or anything, but it looks very good. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.